Welcome to Nerd and the Noob, episode 27. Megan Fox and Michael Bay continually destroy my childhood. Hello! Welcome back to Nerd and the Noob, episode 27.
Hello.
Why did I go high? You went low.
I don't know.
Anyways, this is episode 27, otherwise known as episode 27.2, because this is take 2 from last week's.
Unless you read Marvel Comics, then this is point 1.
Whatever. Either way. So this is the second time we've tried episode 27. Hopefully, it'll work this time. Last week we crashed completely, blue screen of death. It was a horrible, horrible experience. We were both literally kind of pissed off.
My name is Greg. I am your nerd this week.
I am Michael, and I'm always your noob. I don't know who was the nerd before, if it's just you this week.
Well, this may be their first week.
Oh, okay. I'm Michael. I'm the noob.
And welcome to the show that brings you a little bit of news and a lot of opinion.
Which means we talk way too much per story.
Way too much. We actually have been getting pushed away from talking, apparently.
Yes. There's a ton of stuff in this week's box. Like, we've got 1 full page, 2 full pages, like 2.5 pages of stuff to try and
But
get
we're
through.
not going to say it's going to be a long show, because every time we do, it's short. I don't have... What happened?
So, we could do... How was your week?
Slumber party with the kids.
He has a kid, so it's not creepy.
Trent's first movie. His first theater movie.
What did he go see?
Escape from Planet Earth. Actually,
Is that the Mars one?
yes.
I saw the previews for
it's
that.
not Mars. It's Bab. I've watched it one time with a 5-year-old sitting next to me.
So it was cool?
It was alright.
He did okay?
Oh well, he was grumpy. He's not used to sitting there.
Okay, fair enough. So, my weekend, it was a weekend. So, moving into the long box.
Long box.
Long box. We still need those bumpers, people. We need a long box.
And artwork to go with it.
Sounded. Or we need somebody to be... Hi, this is Batman, and welcome to the long box.
Boom.
You know, we need stuff like that. Anyways, so first story of the day is, if you can't tell in the title, Michael Bay continues to ruin our childhoods by doing horrible casting choices. Now, don't get me wrong, this casting choice, while visually pleasing, is intellectually...
No, it's not.
It is!
It is not anymore.
She is.
No.
Yes.
I refuse.
We have, apparently, Megan Fox reteams with Michael Bay for the Ninja Turtles movie.
Rumored to be April O'Neil. Dear God, shoot me in the face.
Apparently, how is this the first cast member?
Because the rest of them are going to look like turtles.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Shredder will have a mask.
It says the news comes as a bit of surprise following Fox's departure from the Transformers franchise in 2010. It now seems that if there was ever bad blood between the actress and the director, all has been forgiven.
No, you know what happened? He threw a butt ton of money at her. Specifically at her ass.
And for those of you that are new to the show, we do this show live. So if we giggle in weird moments, it's because our chat's making us laugh on purpose. And somebody in the chat just said, perhaps Megan Fox will be Splinter. And that makes me giggle.
Look, she was gorgeous in the first Transformers.
She's still gorgeous.
She was gorgeous in the first one. She was good looking in the second one, and then she had paid some guy to rape and pillage and get rid of every good looking thing about her. Now she just looks like Angelina Jolie, but 20 years younger, and after all of the crap done to her face.
Either way, here's what I think is amusing. This will be her, second role of being the human contact for aliens if they continue on that path with the Ninja Turtles?
Why not? I don't like that.
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
Or move that up.
What?
It's on your face.
Oh. Yeah. So I think it's kind of funny that apparently her role in the reboot has not been named. It's likely that she'll be playing April O'Neil, reporter and ally to the sewer-dwelling heroes Leonardo, Michelangelo.
She's not smart enough to be a reporter.
Donatello, and Raphael. What?
She's not smart enough to be a reporter. I'm sorry. Okay, so I've never boycotted a movie, especially a nerd movie. I've given everyone leeway and just a long walk, even if it's a very short period.
Okay.
I'm this close to boycotting this movie entirely.
Well,
entirely.
Okay, now that being said, the next thing in the story says that Bay's use of the TMNT acronym is also of interest, as last year he himself had indicated the film would be released as Ninja Turtles and that the heroes would be aliens. But apparently now that we're thinking maybe enough people yelled that he's changed it back to the Teenage Mutant kind. Well, otherwise, why would he use TMNT?
Because people don't know what NT means. You know what NT means? It's a football term for nose tackle. And you know what that is? It's a big, fat, 400-pound guy that moves 3 different people.
Uh-huh. Apparently, the movie is still scheduled for release on May 16th, 2014, which is just over a year now.
I know. And they haven't done crap.
Apparently, they're casting... This is going to be a horrible movie.
I'm telling you. I've never once
boycotted
a movie.
Let's get into this then. Who would you do as April O'Neil? Let's see your cast.
Okay, April O'Neil. How about Olivia Wilde?
She's so hot.
Similar,
okay,
but different. Can act. First of all, and I would love to see her in the yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah, I go with that. So wait, I have another question then. How are they doing the turtles? Are they CGing the turtles, or is this an old style?
I don't know. I'm really gonna assume Hulk style animation.
I'm hoping they at least do face capture. Like what do they call that?
Agamemnon. Fantastic choice.
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
Which one is that? Is that the one from the
Mummy.
Bourne movie?
The Mummy.
The new Bourne movie.
Yes.
Okay. It's either her. I get her and the one from the Fast and Furious movies confused. The chick who apparently died, who didn't actually die. Yeah, that one. I always get those mixed up.
That's a good choice.
So,
wait. Who do you cast for Casey Jones?
See, here's my problem. I still see the guy who played Casey Jones as Casey Jones.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pick somebody new, though, okay. So how old's he gonna be?
Casey Jones, I'd say
20.
Well, it depends on which ones they're doing. I'm going to say it's probably going to be younger, so yeah, 20, 22, yeah, something like that.
Somebody out there who could play... I got it.
Who?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
You heard it here first. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Rumored
to be cast as Casey Jones in the next Ninja Turtles movie.
Hey, he could work. It could actually work. Now, just the fact that this is going to be a stupid movie means I don't want him in it, but I could see, him in it.
Sorry, for the ladies, Michael Fassbender. Just got it out there.
Not even close.
I know. That's why I said for the ladies.
He's too old looking.
Yeah.
Like, even as a 30-year-old, he's too old looking. I don't think that could work.
James McAvoy?
I don't remember who that is.
Xavier.
Ah.
No, not...
Too skinny.
Yeah, too skinny. Not burly enough.
Go for it. What do you got? Who do you got?
I don't know. I threw that question out there without thinking about it. He could play a little bit younger, and you could use David Boreanaz. You think he's too clean cut?
Well, I don't know if it's clean cut. I think the fact that he doesn't look like Angel anymore doesn't help him. He's been playing a, relaxed FBI agent for a while.
Good pick producer. Sam Witwer.
It's the guy who was the face for
the
Star Wars guy?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good choice.
That could work. Tom Hardy wouldn't work.
Tom Hardy's too big. He'd work as like...
I still say Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yep, that's my pick.
Yeah.
And who was your pick for April?
For April?
Yeah, Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde.
I'm trying to think if I could think of a good one. Brunette. But I guess we could change anybody.
We are not bringing in WWE people. Or Liv Tyler. It's not an elf.
She could work.
No.
It could work.
No.
Like,
There's only... Okay. this is nerd blasphemy, but there's only one movie that I really like her in. I've watched Lord of the Rings.
Armageddon?
No.
Oh.
Empire Records.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Good movie. Taylor Kitsch. No, because everything he does bombs, apparently. Okay.
No, I don't know these. Well, that could work. I mean, if they're totally going to screw up the franchise anyways, that could work. So, anyways, any more to add to this?
Rachel McAdams.
Would you stop reading the chat?
I couldn't help it. They did it. No, I'm really, really, like, I was in the car when I found out. No, I'm not. I was in the car when I started talking about this, and it was livid. I mean, absolutely pissed. I'm fairly certain I'm going to boycott this. There may not be a nerd going to see this movie.
I don't know that I'm going to go see it, but that's not the point. Actually, yes. If this makes it to theaters, I will probably go see it. God help my soul, I'm going to hell for this. But I will probably go see it.
An impressive trailer.
Who should play Shredder? Good question. Who should play Shredder? Shredder's got to be kind of a bulkier guy.
Somebody completely new.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
You heard it here first. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, rumored to be cast as the Shredder.
This is going to be a thing.
It's going to be a thing, okay. Alright, let's move on to the next story in the long box.
Alright, so next story in the long box is talking about the biggest X-Men movie to date, which is the one coming up, X-Men.
By the way, this is from Huffington Post.
Days of Future Past. Peter Dinklage added to the cast. Hugh Jackman has large role. So, I will let you take the start of this one.
On Wednesday evening of last week, director Bryan Singer announced that Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage had joined the cast of an already impressive cast. And let's go down. Dinklage joins a cast that already includes Hugh Jackman, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart. Ooh, I have a test for you. I say their real name, you say their X-Men name.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine.
Ian McKellen.
Magneto.
Patrick Stewart.
Professor X.
Ellen Page.
Cat. Kitty.
Anna Paquin.
Hooker. Rogue.
Michael Fassbender.
Magneto.
James McAvoy.
Professor X.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Young Mystique.
And I don't even know this one. Nicholas Hoult.
I don't know who that one is.
I don't know who that one is either. X-Men stars like Halle Berry and Alan Cumming could also appear. Who were they?
Wait. Storm and Nightcrawler.
Oh, okay. Nicholas Hoult was Beast in the new one.
Oh, liked him too. Take that. See, I didn't know him, but you didn't know him, so it doesn't count that I didn't know him. So, bam! 100 points.
Anyway, on that cast alone, it's... Okay,
That's a freaking awesome cast.
It has the potential to be one of two things.
A very big bomb.
Very big, like, oh my god, they wanted to shove too much crap into one movie. Or, if they all work together well, fan-freaking-tastic.
Well, see, here's my problem. They're talking about Wolverine having a large role, and you're gonna have the you're gonna have the young and the old versions of Magneto and Professor X.
Yeah.
The movie, unless this is gonna be a Lord of the Rings style giant movie.
I think it has to be.
How do you do more?
I think it has to be. I think this movie has to be 2.5 hours.
So who is Dinklage going to play?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I did read an article.
Was there any midgets?
Well, Puck, but he was in Alpha Squad or the Alpha Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he's not a bad guy, and also no.
I'm still worried that Bryan Singer is doing this movie. Who did the last one? You don't remember, do you?
I know. I can't think of it right now.
I don't know. I'm excited for the movie. Like, I know weeks past I've said I'm not going to go see this movie, but I mean, come on, the cast alone, I can't not go see this movie. Like, to be honest, I like the young Magneto and the old Professor X as opposed to their opposites.
No, I liked Fassbender played what I imagined my Magneto to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, who imagined reading the comics, and there's no imagine to it, you see him drawn.
Yes.
Who pictured Magneto coming in as this 60, 70-year-old guy? Yes, see, the Professor X was always older, or at least bald.
Yes.
I mean, they could have gotten Jason Statham to play Professor X. He's bald. But, I mean, you get where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I liked Fassbender as Magneto, but I did like Patrick Stewart better. Patrick Stewart played Professor X.
Yes.
The other guy, what's his name again? James McAvoy.
He had to play Charles Xavier.
He played Charles Xavier.
Yes.
He played a great Charles Xavier. I'm just curious to see how they're going to play him as Professor X. Is he going to be bald? Is he going to be balding? Is he going to be James McAvoy hair, but just in a chair? That kind of stuff. So that's what I'm... I don't know. I'm excited to see it only because of who they've put in it. I'm excited to see that they've brought back... they're going to bring back Iceman, Kitty Pryde, Rogue. I was always a big fan of Rogue.
Yeah.
And I think now that since this
I'm
movie,
one of the few and far between that like Cyclops.
Well, since this movie's been, or since the Xmen 1 came out, with Rogue in it, she has now done like 17 seasons of True Blood. And so now whether that makes her a better actor, she has more experience now.
True.
And so she's probably going to be better at that. And actually, our producer's saying bring back Colossus. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but he didn't talk. He was a model.
I know, but I liked the thing. He's been out of it long enough that probably bring somebody else back.
This has brought me into something that I need. I need this to build into an Age of Apocalypse movie.
See, okay, now are we talking like the Age of Apocalypse? You remember the cartoon? The teen version of the X-Men?
X-Men Evolution.
Was that their version of the Age of Apocalypse?
It was what was building. It was what it was being built to. The next season would have been Age of Apocalypse.
See, now here's my problem with the Age of Apocalypse. From what I understand, I didn't read X-Men. I did read them, but
I've read every issue of that series.
I highly doubt that.
Of the Age of Apocalypse.
Okay. Right. Here's my problem with that. Everything I've ever seen about Apocalypse shows him to be all-powerful, unstoppable. That's not enjoyable to me.
That's the whole point. Marvel was based on characters that were on the ground level. They're relatable. They're your next door neighbor. That's why they're in New York and all that good junk.
There's another thing, just kind of an FYI. How is it that 90% of superheroes are in New York, but every time something happens in New York, one guy saves the day? Anyways, continue.
I'm sure that's been asked and answered before.
Go for it.
The Age of Apocalypse stuff itself, it wasn't so much about Apocalypse being in power that I love on that storyline. Okay. It was the fact that it turned stuff upside down. It made Magneto a good guy. And I'm sorry, an all-powerful, Magneto as a good guy.
Oh, freaking awesome.
I would be, as the leader of the X-Men.
Well, see, that's where I think the Michael Fassbender comes in. I think if you're going to do that kind of route in this movie, you get Michael Fassbender, who has, we've seen him shoot... essentially not shoot, but deflect the bullet that hurt Charles. Yeah. And so I think if they do the time travel smash up right, you've got the Michael Fassbender version who becomes the all-around good guy because of the timing of the Apocalypse stuff, if that's what they're going for. Whereas the older one who's time traveled hadn't put up with that, so he had that time to let everything stew and settle and everything.
No, I mean, I agree, and I kind of don't, but I mean, Cyclops is basically third in command to Apocalypse in the series. He's on the bad guy side. Him and Alex both have it.
I forget about the brother.
Beast is psychotic crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Jean and Wolverine are together for the majority of it.
See, that's normal.
Nightcrawler is a badass. He bamfs away from somebody and takes his finger with him. Ew. Yeah, it was good.
Ow.
Juggernaut is a monk.
Sorry,
not even kidding.
I could just see that guy as a monk. Oh.
If you've never read the series
I've never read it.
X-Men, read it. It's really cool, and I'm really hoping that if they're going to continue this, if there's going to be a 3.
You want to know where I hope this is going?
Where?
I hope this is going towards AVX.
I think it's. I think.
You don't think
the
2 worlds can collide?
No, I think it's too soon.
You don't think AVX could work?
I didn't say that. First of all, that's way too many characters in way too many places. Because AVX included all of Marvel.
Right, but the Avengers had more than they showed. Avengers included Spider-Man most of the time. You can include and exclude, even if all you did was take the current Avengers, the current X-Men, and mix them up and go.
It's not enough because of the stuff they did in AVX. I haven't even read it.
I really should read AVX. And for those of you that are curious, AVX is Avengers versus X-Men.
It's an actual comic thing.
And apparently shit goes haywire. Like, people are dying. Who did Cyclops kill? Xavier. See, Cyclops kills Xavier. Awesome. Sorry. We talked about that, actually, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago?
Like fourth or
fifth time. But I don't know. So, like I said, the only thing that ever bothered me with Apocalypse was his kind of all-powerfulness. I wasn't a big fan of his all-powerfulness.
Well, that's the thing, though. He is all-powerful because he gets followers. Even in the cartoon that you said you saw, he became more and more powerful as people rallied to him, or as he forced people to do so.
Okay.
If people descend, then he starts.
Right, but okay, power. So if he's getting all of these people on his side, who is becoming good guys other than Magneto? I mean, they add one guy, whereas
Magneto and Rogue are married and have a kid.
I remember that cover. That was such a good cover.
It's a great cover.
That cover
was in Morph is in there as like a Jim Carrey style. Jim Carrey would be an awesome Morph.
Morph was too depressing.
This version's not. He has no face. He just makes fun of everybody. So, a big saber tooth. He's a good guy. I mean, there's a lot that this could build towards.
I still want to know who Dinklage is going to be.
My guess is, like everybody else, is having something to do with the Sentinel program.
Ooh. He's a midget. How's he going to be a Sentinel?
Master Mold.
What is that?
It's eventually the giant brain, giant main Sentinel that is creating the rest of the Sentinels.
Oh, that's not terrifying at all. So, I mean, I love this story. I love the fact that they're adding all these people to it. And Peter Dinklage, he's been in something else.
Really? Game of Thrones?
No, other than that, I mean. Somebody was telling me he's been in something else. It's just amazingly to me, there's just so much in this. I'm just curious how long this movie's going to be because it's going to have to be
telling you,
giant
It's going to need to be 2.5 hours plus.
I don't know that an X-Men movie can survive that long.
Depending on what you're doing with the story, I think it can.
See, I mean, hell, I can't watch Lord of the Rings movies because they're too damn long and I go and fall asleep.
Or, like everything else is doing these days, 2 parts.
Oh, please don't do that. If they're going to do the 2 parts, they need to only be 6 months apart. They need to finish filming the whole thing and then go ahead and be in like
post
half.
Of the
they need to be when they're releasing the first one, they need to be halfway through post on the second one so that 6 months down the road they've got the next one coming out. If I have to wait a year and a half for a X-Men Days of Future Past Part 2, I'm going to kill somebody. So I'm just, I don't want that. I'd rather it be a 2.5 hour movie. And then them set it up for a next one. That I can handle. Like, think if the Avengers movie had been a part 2.
And I think of this too. And by the way, I just had this really nervous. We are recording, right?
Well, if not, you can pull it off Twitch. Yes.
Thank God. Like an Age of Apocalypse thing. Would open up a whole lot of chances to change the cast.
Okay.
You want to bring back James Marsden and people like that to be these characters. But if there are people that you're only going to bring back in the one time, you can change the cast at that point. because they're going to be new characters, same abilities, but new characters.
Oh, wait. So you're talking about, maybe, what's his name? James what?
Marsden.
James Marsden comes in as the old Cyclops. They find the new Cyclops. Old Cyclops dies, yada, yada. There you go. Backstory done.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That could work. That could work for me. But, I mean, all in all, like I said, I'm trying to look at this list and see if there's anybody questionable. Ellen Page, I don't normally like her. I thought
she was great as Kitty.
When I'm watching X-Men, that's not Ellen Page.
No, it's Kitty Pryde.
That's Kitty Pryde. She does a fantastic job. The wardrobe is right. Every cartoon I've ever seen with her in it, that looks like Kitty Pryde.
I would love to see Alan Cumming come back as Nightcrawler. I really would.
Yes.
I thought that was a really good, physically underused character.
I agree. I think it would be kind of nice to see these in kind of duos. See them fighting with comparable powers, not comparable, but complementary powers.
You could also bring Iceman in with current style Iceman, which is like the spikes. Mm-hmm. Instead of just being kind of covered in a sheet of ice, mm-hmm. he could spike up. I think that would be cool.
Well, isn't like the original Iceman? He's completely covered all the time for some reason, right? Now.
He stays ice.
He stays ice. So you can have the Iceman and then Iceman. I don't know. It's
actually everyone always says Iceman and then the original was Snowman.
So that would be. I like the movie. Again, the cast is looking freaking amazing. I have no idea how they're going to be able to use unless half of these guys have bit parts. I don't know how they're going to be able to use all of these people. So wait, before we jump into the next story, because we're running a little long on this one.
I don't care. We'll just run long.
Why does Hugh Jackman's part have to be large in this one?
Because it was the original story arc, which was, I don't remember how many issues, was based around his and Kitty Pryde's time travel.
So why are they time traveling? How are they time traveling?
Because in their future, the Sentinels take over, and all the mutants are in concentration camps.
Right. How did they time travel?
Was
it Cable?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I know that name. I like him.
Bishop's the time traveler.
Bishop. Damn it.
Well, there's Bishop does a lot of time traveling. I think he was involved. Mm-hmm. I know he is definitely directly involved with the Age of Apocalypse time travel.
Right.
We got distracted. There's a picture of Jennifer Lawrence. Anyway, it's gonna focus on him because he's the most popular.
Right.
Even among the new ones, it's gonna focus on him, and I bet it focuses on Fassbender.
I'd be good with that. I don't know, like I said, it seems like a good movie. I haven't read enough. Like, I've never read The Days of Future Past, so I don't know what's going on in it. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, still, the guy directing it was Bryan Singer. He's totally screwed up the original X-Men for me.
Isn't he? Give him a chance.
Oh, I'll give him all the chances in the world. I'm worried about it. So, but I think we've lingered on that a little too long now. Kind of in the same vein, we're going to jump into the next one. It's not a large story, but it was in the same-ish vein. I'll let you talk about this because this is one of yours.
The death of Wolverine possibly next year. I didn't actually see this until tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Age of Ultron in the comics.
And that's an Iron Man thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ultron is basically, in my opinion, an ultimate baddie. Like, if Apocalypse...
Well, how can you have an Apocalypse and an Ultron?
Because if Apocalypse shows up, he destroys Ultron, but then Ultron downloads himself into another body, figures out how to destroy Apocalypse, and then does it.
Fair enough, I think.
But there's also rumored that either this Wolverine movie or the X-Men movie could possibly spell the death of Wolverine in the movies as well.
Really? How would you kill Wolverine?
There's only one way to kill Wolverine.
How's that?
There is, not even kidding you with this, because he killed Sabretooth with it. Okay. There is a sword that was made out of a special material. And if our producer can attempt to find that article, I think it's on Wiki. The only way to kill Wolverine is to use this sword and decapitate him.
Can't you throw him into the sun? I mean, think about it. Honestly,
Every atom, like every molecule of Wolverine has to die. Otherwise, it will come back.
So you're telling me that I could not throw his ass in the sun and he would die?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's never been done.
You know another way you could kill him? Well, I don't know that it would kill him, but it would get rid of him. You could bury him in concrete. I mean, you could go mafia style on him and concrete him.
Claws.
How about if you... hang on.
The claws.
I'm trying to think something
all.
other than
the claws
shoving through or throwing him in the sun.
I'm telling you.
What if you knocked him out, concreted his shoes?
His brain may be protected by the adamantium skull in his head, in the sun.
You put him in concrete shoes. I'm all mafia today, apparently. Put him in concrete shoes, and then throw his ass in the river, where he continually dies.
From drowning.
But he can never... I mean, if he's continually dying, can he come awake long enough and get his mind long enough to cut the concrete off his feet?
Eventually, yes. Because eventually he'll work his way downstream to a port where there is not enough water to keep him underwater.
He's got concrete shoes on. He ain't going anywhere. I'm just saying.
Oh, click it. There's the link.
Apparently it's called a Muramusa blade. Let's take a look at the history. There were actually 2 known Muramusa blades in existence. The first enduring one of Wolverine's adventures in Madripoor.
Yes.
However, this blade was not the same blade presented to Wolverine by Muramusa himself. The first Muramusa blade, often referred to as the Black Blade, was many centuries old. This original blade was forged by blah, 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 don't care. When does it kill him? Does it say anything?
I don't think it's ever killed him. I think it should say, when Sabretooth was literally insane, Wolverine took the sword from Cyclops and used it against Creed. After a short fight, and after Creed had killed Farrell, Logan decapitated his foe, killing him.
Who's Farrell? That name sounds familiar.
I don't know who Farrell is.
That name sounds familiar.
Maybe some cat lady. Told you. Boom.
Okay, so there is some way to kill him. I guess it's some kind of mystical sword. I don't know. I thought this, like I said, not really long box worthy, but thought it was a good story. It kind of tied in with the Xmen movie thing. The fact that they're actually trying to kill Wolverine. I wonder if this doesn't have something to do with Hugh Jackman.
I think no, because from what I understand, he likes doing other movies. He loves getting jacked for this role.
I'm just saying, like we were talking about Star Wars and how Harrison Ford said he'd love to come back, but he wants Han Solo to die, so he doesn't have to do it anymore.
Maybe.
I'm wondering if Jackman's doing the same thing.
You think 4, 5, 6 times is the same character is enough for him?
Well, think about it. 6 times each movie.
7. He was in First Class, even for just a minute.
Okay, so we'll take 7. Think about it. 7 movies over the last 15 years?
I don't know. When was the first X-Men movie?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I mean, how do you play the same character for 15 years and not get just a little bit bored?
Because of the character. Because it's an awesome character. Because it's Wolverine.
Right, but I mean, look, okay, Batman's an awesome character.
Yeah.
Christian Bale doesn't want to come back and play him anymore. You get where I'm going with that?
Yeah, but Jackman's a different type of actor.
All right, fair enough. I'll give you that. So, all right, we're going to move on to the next thing, and this is kind of a list. Looking ahead at Marvel's movie slate for winter 2013. This is the 2013
By the
edition.
end of 2013,
this is what will be going
stuff
on.
Will either have been already released in post-production, pre-production, or talked about.
All right, so post-production this year, we're going to have Iron Man 3, The Wolverine, Thor: The Dark World. So, wait, I didn't even know about The Wolverine was coming out this year. That's in July. Wolverine. I wasn't on the idea of a sequel despite my love. Oh, is this the sequel to Origins?
Prequel sequel. I think it comes before that time. I'm not positive.
Okay, fair enough. So
I'm going in with low expectations.
I knew about Iron Man 3. I liked Wolverine.
I'm going in with low expectations because they killed the character of Deadpool for me.
Got you.
If you straight up murder a character like that, this is just who he is and what he's supposed to be.
Right.
I have very little faith.
Fair enough. All right, so we knew about Thor and Iron Man, so we're throwing Wolverine in there. Filming is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Rock on.
Featuring the Rhino. Holy crap! All kinds of people.
Where are you seeing this? Oh, Jamie Foxx as Electro, possibly Paul Giamatti as Rhino.
Bringing in Harry Osborn and possibly Norman and Black Cat.
Yeah, I would
Which,
love
by
to
the
see
way,
Black Cat.
If they do any of the good costumes for Black Cat,
amazing.
fantastic.
All right, so
Needs to clean
pre-production and hiring is going to be Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
We know about that one. We've argued about that one. That release date looks like it's April 4th, 2014. With Avengers 2 after that.
Jeez, a month later?
No, it's a month and a year.
Oh, okay.
That was supposed to come out May 2015. Avengers 2. Cannot wait. Then we've got X-Men Days of Future Past comes out next year, July 18th.
Yeah.
That's going to be goodish. Apparently, they're working on another Fantastic Four movie.
They're rebooting it.
God help me. Apparently, 20th Studio Fox. Is that who's owned it last time?
Yes. There's a good chance that they're doing this because...
The guy who's making it directed Chronicle. Now, don't get me wrong. It was a movie. I don't know that it was good.
I felt too tall.
Okay. I don't know that it was good. It was okay. It wasn't a bad movie. It was just different. I'm not sure how you turn him into a Fantastic Four director. Anyways.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man. Those are both, let's see here. Guardians is 2014, Ant-Man is 2015. So... You're looking at 12 or
what is this? This is 2013.
Yeah, 13, 14, and
2
15
years
are going to be covered in superhero.
Yeah. What do we got? So let's count this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
in a 3-year span.
10
and that's
in a 3-year
just
span.
Marvel.
Yeah, that's not
That's
counting.
not DC.
Right.
Sorry. That's not Star Wars. Because there's no telling how many Star Wars movies they'll get out by then.
True that. They're supposed to do the next one this year or next year?
What, Star Wars?
Yeah, 2015.
15.
Damn it, why is it going to be so far away? All right, so apparently development hell
I'll do this one.
is...
Deadpool is still stuck and undecided. Doctor Strange has been announced. The Runaways has started casting, I think, possibly, maybe, looking at people. Other lower budget films that have been in discussion are stuff like Kazar, Luke Cage, The Inhumans, Dazzler, Power Pack. Ooh, cool. Let's see.
The aforementioned Doctor Strange.
And then you've got people looking into doing stuff for the Black Panther, Iron Fist, Vision, Cable, and even Nighthawk.
Cool. They've got Avengers spin-offs. Something with...
Well, you're looking at the S.H.I.E.L.D. television show.
Right. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
Hulk. You could have Planet Hulk. Things like that. Those spin-offs.
Right. Or you could just have a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie with Black Widow, Hawkeye, Nick Fury, and Sam Jackson.
Then you've got stuff like Blade, Daredevil, and Punisher are basically stuck right now where they're at.
Because they were all so bad. Well, Blade wasn't bad. The original Blade.
Let's see here. Somewhat quietly, Marvel Studios had reportedly reacquired the movie rights to all Blade, Punisher, and Daredevil.
So they could possibly be vetted for feature film do-overs, or perhaps even a surprise appearance
I didn't
in
know
one of the
that.
near dozen Marvel
I
movies.
did not know they brought it back.
Sweet. I would like to see a well-done Daredevil movie. I thought the first Punisher movie was good.
Yes,
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane was great.
I didn't like the second one.
I've not watched
Blade,
it.
I like all of those. I don't care
do.
what the people say about the one with Jessica Biel and
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. I liked it.
Sorry, I think having Ryan Reynolds opposite a dark character is always funny because you call yourselves the Day Hunters or whatever, and he's like, well, we were gonna go with Care Bears, but it was taken. Love the line.
So that was the list. We wanted to throw it in the long box. Like, I am just totally super excited about Iron Man 3.
I know.
I'm gonna do so many things.
Extremist armor is not going to come out of his body though.
Aww.
More than likely, he's getting neurotransmitters that attracts pieces to his body.
Still.
I'm looking forward to see if I'm right or not about Pepper becoming rescue.
Fair enough. All right, so I believe that takes care of the long box.
Long box is it.
Long box is done. If you want to go back and check up any of that stuff that we talked about, links are in the description below, or in the sidey bar, or in the toppy bar, or in the click of the buttons, or they're just wherever the descriptions are that you download this type thingamajig. Go check them out. Oh, you're trying to yawn behind my head?
Yawn behind you, and you killed it. All right, Comic of the Week is out this week because we have a lot of stuff here. So it is Noob versus this week. Now, the last time I checked, you're an idiot, and the spy lost.
Did I really? Did I lose that bad?
I'm fairly certain. Last time I checked, unless someone went in and stuffed the ballot box, and I don't put it against anyone.
I didn't stuff like any ballot boxes. All right. Let me go in here and look. Noob versus. Where's it at?
It's the next to last one right there.
That one?
Yeah.
26. Let's take a look here. Wow. That's you. Look at that. That's all one. I can't.
No, it's not. There's 3 different days in that run.
No, look at this.
There are 3 different
1206, 1206, 1206, 1206, 1206.
He posted it yesterday on the 22nd.
1206.
He posted it.
1206. They're like 3 seconds apart. They're less than us. No.
You can't access the form that quickly.
No. I am totally
You
no.
cannot access.
You can have one of those. The rest of those are going bye-bye because they are so freaking close together.
You can't access the form that fast.
You can't have those.
I can't do.
Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What?
Form.
No, what? No, I want to get rid of those.
Show summary, and then you can count it down.
Show summary. I got 8. You got 22. Even if I take out like 6 of yours,
you still lost.
I still lost. Oopsies. Well, look, it was a good try, okay? I was trying to be inventive, and you said I couldn't use X-Wing. So, on second thought, now what I think I should have done was use the guy from the Star Wars game.
Oh, you're talking about Star Killer?
Star Killer? Because the man pulled the ship out of the air. The guy could have gone over and gone, and tossed it into something.
Yeah, but you had to hit like B a lot to do that.
I could have done that, but like, bee. So, all right. So, I guess I get to choose this week, right?
Yes, and we're being asked for a good one this time. So.
A good one. All right. So, what do I want to come up with this week? Well, let's. I got it. We have to pick from the long box. I think I'm going to institute a new rule. Something related to the long box. So this week we've got, the good thing is we've got the list of Marvel movies.
The Ninja Turtles.
Xmen, Wolverine. Okay. So, okay.
You know it's really bad for... See, here's the crappy part about this, people. He picks a character. I've either read a comic, seen a movie, or read a book where this character has been defeated by said character. I pick said character, and then you all don't know it.
So, with that being said, I think I'd like to go for a good old classic, and we're going to go with Wolverine. I am picking your guy, Wolverine.
All right. Then I will pick your guy and go with
Spider-Man?
Magneto.
Okay. Explain.
Magneto has pulled the metal from his body.
Didn't kill him.
Didn't have to.
This is a to the death.
No! It has never been.
Who would win in a fight? Magneto or Wolverine?
Magneto's going to.
You think, why? Because he can rip the metal out of his body?
Yes, and then he can throw him into the sun.
Wait, but once the metal's out of his body?
He plants him between 2 pieces of steel.
No, I don't think so.
And then
once the metal's out of his body...
New rule!
Once the metal...
We can't throw people into the sun anymore.
Fair enough. Once the metal's out of his body,
We're being told this fight has already happened.
Well, fine. You get to pick somebody else then.
I get to pick someone else. All right. All I have is the Marvel Universe to pick from, and he's fought everybody.
That's your problem. You can't pick Magneto, just like I couldn't pick
No.
X-Wing.
You know what? Fight's already happened. Screw it. So has a bunch of the other ones we've done.
Go for it.
Magneto!
You're going Magneto.
Viva la Magneto!
Viva la Magneto?
Viva la Magneto.
Doesn't that mean like...
Viva la Revolution.
Okay.
Live the Magneto!
Guys, this week is going to be Wolverine versus Magneto. And if you could please let him know that he's a dork and a moron. By voting for Wolverine, I would much appreciate it. Les, you can go ahead and throw that in the show notes. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I think we'll be good. All right, so we're going to move on.
I think better minds will prevail in this, and you'll lose again.
Now, I see. Here's my problem. Your run is going way too long, and I'm not appreciating it. So I'm going to start paying people off to vote. And our producer has put barf next to this one.
He does not appreciate us.
You know what? I think it's a good one. So...
All right, fine. Mr. Producer, here's your challenge. I'm making it a 3-way fight this week. You pick one.
Okay, so who is our producer going to pick? Who would win in a 3-way fight versus Wolverine, Magneto, and
who?
We can't wait too long. We are on air here.
Eggs. Crane.
So that was really loud and in my ear. So who is the producer going to pick? I'm a little worried because he's more active on the Facebook page than us, and he could totally find links.
I know, right?
We could get in trouble with this. He could be like, yo, Facebookers, come in here and vote for my guy because they don't know. Apparently,
but we're more active on the Twitterverse.
That's true.
We just have to put it out there on the Twitterverse, individualized.
The baddest guy could kill these two. All right, who you got?
The baddest guy is Lobo.
Spawn. Ah, we got 3 big ones.
That's a big one. Add it to the list. First ever 3-way fight.
So we'll see who prevails in this fight. Wolverine, Magneto, and I'll do it for him. Spawn. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it for
fight ever.
That's gonna be it for the Noob Versus this week. Please don't forget to click the link when we create it and send in your vote. So, next thing up, we're going to come up to the short box. Who should be the short box guy? Like, we got Batman for the long box. Hi, I am totally not Batman. So, who should this one be?
The Mad Hatter!
Alright, so short box. First thing in the short box is John Williams returns, hopefully.
I don't even have to read an article about this. I just put an article in there for everybody to look at. John Williams returning to Star Wars is not a hopeful. It needs to be a must.
We were talking about this over dinner. For those of you that don't know,
he kind of looks like an actor.
For those of you that don't know, I actually share these with my family a lot of times. So I was at dinner with my in-laws and my wife, or lunch today, and we pulled up the show and started talking about this. And so my big thing was the fact that when you think Star Wars, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
The music.
Bom, 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 ba-da-da-dum, bom, bom. However the hell it
Not
goes.
even close.
I know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
I get the Darth Vader thing going in my head. So, I mean, I think that would be amazing. So, apparently, has he said anything? Apparently, J.J. Abrams, eventually they would get around to composer John Williams. I think you should do it.
Go up.
What?
Let's see here.
Read it.
Williams said this before playing the classic movie theme at a recent concert by the Young Musicians Foundation. We're about to play Star Wars. Audience interrupts with cheers, and each time we play it, I'm reminded of the first time we played it decades ago. Neither I nor George nor anyone else involved thought this would go far, or in a few years there would be a sequel, and I'd have to revisit the themes, and years later, another trilogy, and now we're hearing of a new set of movies coming in 2015-16, so I need to make sure I'm still ready to go in a few years for what I hope would be continued work with George.
More cheers.
More cheers.
So that would be amazing. I don't think Star Wars.
He is old.
I don't think Star Wars is Star Wars
without that music.
Without John
There
Williams.
are themes, and it's not just like he made themes. There's a Luke on Tatooine theme.
Right.
There's a Vader theme. There is a Sidious theme. There is all kinds of themes throughout that world.
Right. All right, so moving on to the next thing in here is this is something. The only reason this wasn't in the long box is because we don't know half of these characters. There is a list out there. Says somebody done a list
from
on Newsarama saying 10 best Star Wars characters right for solo films.
Number 10 is Ahsoka Tano. You're not gonna know who that is unless you watch the Clone Wars. She's a very good character. I will say that.
All right. The next number 9 is Jahan Cross. I'm guessing he's from the books.
Yeah, he's from EU.
And I'm trying to tell. Let's see. Could jump from the pages of Agent of the Empire onto the big screen with virtually no changes to the character. It's a super secret agent traversing the galaxy, getting up to no good. Okay,
so James Bond meets Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. Next is Kara Holt, reaching back into the time before the Sith were brought down to 2 and cast their 1,000-year plan to take over the galaxy. Okay, that's kind of cool. It takes things way back when the Jedi and the Sith were both ranked in the thousands.
Right.
So that's really cool.
This one, it says a young Jedi Knight named Kara Holt. Her story takes her away from her home world after her family is killed by a Sith Lord. Okay, cool. All right. Number 7 is Captain Rex, which I'm assuming is...
Rex is from... actually, he was in...
Clone Wars?
Clone Wars. He was in the third Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's featured in Clone Wars. I agree with that. I think having a clone trooper there's a couple of books out there that feature some of the troopers, one of the trooper squads, that is really good.
So that was not too bad. I think that would be a decent one. Next up,
Kyle Katarn. Looks like he's another a spy movie again. I'm not real sure about this one. It's from the Dark Forces. So if you know the saga, awesome.
Nice. Number 5 is Revan
from the animation.
Originally appearing in Knights of the Old Republic games. That could work.
Which takes place about 4,000 years before the original trilogy. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Fair enough.
Red or Rogue Squadron? Yes, money.
Right.
I'd love to see... I mean, they would have to recast it. It would be a new Wedge. Because Luke is in charge of... He's on it, but Wedge Antilles is the leader of Rogue Squadron.
Okay. And
I would love to see Rogue Squadron stuff.
Fair enough. Next one is Darth Bane. That one the cover that we're seeing for this picture looks freaking awesome. It's set 1,000 years before the original trilogy. Bane's story shows the downfall of the army of the Sith and gives context to that classic rule of 2. There can only be 2
cool.
Sith, no more, no less. One to embody power and the other to crave it. I did not know that.
I didn't either. We are going to have a Star Wars episode one day, and I have a buddy that has read almost every extended universe book there has ever been put out there.
Fair enough. Next one. Oh, I wanted this one. Go for it.
Starkiller.
Galen Merrick from the new video game series. What was it called anyways? The Force Unleashed. I believe this guy could take his own trilogy. The only problem with that is his story falls in between 2 and 3?
No. It falls in between 3 and 4.
Is it 3 and 4? Okay, in between 3 and 4. So it's hard not to... Well, I don't know. I guess you could do this. Just put somebody in the Darth Vader outfit, and that's really all you have to have is him and Darth Vader, because then it's his own
Vader's
kind of thing.
only there a little bit. Like, it features him a lot.
Right. This one, I would love to see all kinds of stuff about. I would watch a cartoon about this guy.
I would watch it.
And number
the
one.
final one is Mara Jade, the eventual wife to Luke Skywalker. And yes, please.
Yes, absolutely.
She's a bounty hunter turned Jedi. Originally, she was the hand of the Emperor.
Nice.
Yeah, originally evil girl. Like, bad Mobo Jumbo.
Fair enough. So, alright, so we're going to move on to Toy Story 4 set for 2015. Not a whole lot on this, but it appears that...
Do you do this movie without having Andy? Like, Andy's always been the focal point.
I think so. Question. I think they did okay changing the focal point to the new kid. And honestly, once you get halfway through the movie, who cares about Andy?
But that's the whole point of their thing. And it's always Woody's thing to go home to Andy.
Right, but now they have a new kid. They have the little girl from the end of the third one.
Nope. I think little girl is a teenager. Andy comes back with kids. So what is he going to take these toys? No, she's going to be giving them away and gives them back to Andy for his kids.
Blah. Anyways, moving on. Don't really care that much. It is rumored that Lucasfilms is developing a Knights of the Old Republic movie.
Fan-effing-tastic.
This, if either of us played this game, this may have been more of a long box situation. But I played it like twice. It was just too broad for me.
I did play it. It was really, really cool. But it's the stories in it that are really, really cool. And this is kind of like, again, I know a lot of people that are purists, but opening up Lucasfilm to Disney allows them to, it gives them the platform to bring out thousands of characters.
See, the only problem with that is the only thing in Star Wars that's developed is the Skywalker family. Every Marvel and DC character had to be developed at some point. Well, fair enough. So I'll give you that. If it comes out, I would probably go watch it. So we're just not going to say no about that, and we'll see weeks coming or months coming what happens.
This is the first thing on the new Captain America that actually worries me.
Kevin Feige describes Captain America: The Winter Soldier as a political thriller. Planning to hit the big screen in 2014, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is inspired by Ed Brubaker and Steve Epting's 2005 story arc. It should come to no surprise to fans then that the Marvel Studios president, Kevin
Feige, describes
the tone of the film as being a political thriller. Okay.
I don't know. If it's a fad, it's one that lasts 30 to 40 years as the Western did. Feige says, speaking to Variety on the larger issue of the continued popularity of comic book films, because each one is so different, there's an opportunity to graft almost sub-genres onto them. Our first Captain America film was a World War II picture, and the next is a political thriller. They all have their own textures and I don't know that word. Patinas?
Whatever the hell that means.
And that's what is exciting about it. I completely agree with them. I've always thought about that. It's like, when is it going to come to the point to where we basically can't do this show anymore?
We just have the Marvel kids already?
You mean that movie that they did?
I want the movie.
That was cool.
I want the Marvel kid movie. So, that's cool. I actually agree with them. I think it's nice that they're different. You had the World War II period piece, and now you've got the other one.
Political thriller, though.
I don't know. Argo was popular.
True that.
So... I'm gonna let you. I'm just gonna let you talk about this one.
The next two stories are Jeff Johns is leaving Green Lantern in comic form, which really sucks. He's been doing it He's the one I like, isn't he? Yes.
Damn.
He's got about 100 issues of Green Lantern.
Is he the writer?
Yes.
Okay.
He came in. My only other favorite Green Lantern writer is Ron Mars.
Sadly, that's the only I own I think one Green Lantern comic, and it was the number 0 Green Lantern from the New 52.
Yeah.
And Jeff Johns is the one that wrote it. That just also happens to be my favorite comic from last year. Was it last year?
Yes.
That was my favorite comic from last year. This year it's the Spider-Man 700.
So far. I did actually need to take. Oh, that's the Amazing Spider-Man. They're both amazing.
Yeah, but which one is that? $6.99?
No, like $6.93 or something.
Whatever.
Anyway. I'm really sad about this because he's been writing these books for a very long time.
Right.
It's just like Dan Slott is the guy who's been writing Spider-Man most recently the most.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Claremont did the X-Men in the 80s and some of the 90s.
What does it say if Jeff Johns is going to anything else?
He writes like 7 books.
Okay.
He's got Justice League. Oh crap! He's got a bunch of stuff. Does it list it? Scroll down.
That's what you get right there.
Johns began working on the character in 2004.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, he will continue working for DC, but will be turning his focus to writing Justice League of America, and Aquaman.
Really?
Also, he's writing Vibe.
He's going from Green Lantern to Aquaman?
Hey, Green Lantern was a subpar character considered by most before he came in. 2004, almost 10 years ago, he did Rebirth, and since then, the Sinestro Wars, Blackest Night, and Brightest Day, all of which have been excellent stories.
Johns will conclude his run on the series with issue 20, which will be a 64. We're gonna have to get this.
We're gonna have to buy that
64-page monster of a story. Awesome. I like Jeff Johns. We've read some of his other stuff too. I think.
Yeah. Well, I read a lot of the opening of like the first 6 issues of Aquaman this last year. That was pretty good actually.
Fair enough. All right, so another story coming out of Bleeding Cool. It's another list. There's an interview with Universal's chairman Adam Fogelson at the Hollywood Reporter, which sometimes wanders pretty close to the Journal. Blah 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 blah. Here's a list of film updates on film projects Universal could be making. 50 Shades of Grey. We shouldn't even be talking about that one. How do you make a sex book into a movie that's not a porn? Just putting it out there. Somebody want to tell me? I'd happily take the answer.
As long as they have somewhere written the Brown Chicken Brown Cow Restaurant.
Fair enough. Snow White and the Huntsman 2. I never watched the first one. Did you watch it? It had Kristen Stewart in it, and so I got allergic.
I didn't watch it.
Okay. They're talking about the Bourne series. I actually like this.
Did we lose our chat?
They're they're not actually talking about, or they're not necessarily talking about bringing back the last character, which was, what's his name? Hawkeye, essentially. Bringing him back, or necessarily even Matt Damon.
They're hoping to create it. They're hoping to turn it into either a Bond style thing, or a universe.
Yeah, which apparently it is. Apparently, there's a bunch of books for the Bourne series, so that could work out well. Wicked.
I have no clue.
I think that's the new one with the guy who played Harry Osborn in the Spider-Man movies.
You're talking about that's Oz.
Is that Oz?
That's
okay.
Oz.
Well, Wicked, I don't know then.
And Identity Theft.
None
of us care about.
How do they? I just don't know. I just no.
I think Bateman's funny.
Bateman's great, but I don't really. I've not seen this.
Not mentioned in this is A Million Ways to Die. What in the hell is that? Oh, that's Seth MacFarlane's next film, A Million Ways to Die in the West. I thought that was going to say A Million Ways to Never Die. Hard.
Anyways, so go check out the links below. You can look at all those if you would like.
This might have been dispelled since we put this story up here, actually.
Oh, really?
There was a rumor out there going that Jason Momoa?
Yes, Jason Momoa.
Was going to be brought in to be Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This might have been dispelled. I couldn't find anything specifically on it.
Right.
But I think this might have been dispelled.
This was posted on 2/15/13.
But I will say, if it is not, and the rumor is true that he's going to be,
I like him. I liked him in Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah, Stargate. Yeah.
So
I screwed that. How did I screw that?
I have no idea. All right. So another Cap story is that Haley Atwell is cameo in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Guarantee you, it's just a flashback. I know that Haley is going to do a flashback scene, but he's apparently not asked. But I guess they're going to do a flashback scene with Chris Evans and Haley Atwell, presumably to screw something up. I don't know how they can do a flashback of something that didn't happen.
Well, there were a lot of times where we weren't paying. You weren't looking at them. I'm sure they can come up with something. They're writers.
Yeah, but how did they go from? We're pretty sure by the end of Captain America they hadn't actually done anything. To
no. This will. It'll be a military thing. It'll talking about her niece or something.
Fair enough. Oh my God, what do we got next? Oh, Jason Statham to make cameo in Fast and the Furious 6.
That's supposed to be Statham, isn't it?
Statham? Yes, it is supposed to be Statham. And be main villain in Fast 7.
It's all a dream. He got out of the shower and he was with his wife.
So, yeah. I don't care what
That's
anybody
a
says.
tank.
I don't care what anybody says. I will continue to watch these movies. These are all these movies are pure adrenaline guy movies, and you can all kiss my ass. I will continue to watch them. I don't care how bad the writing gets.
I like Statham.
Next thing is Felicity Jones.
Felicity Jones confirms role in the Mark Webb Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it is assumed that she's going to be playing the part of, in most worlds, I think it was Felicia Hardy, but essentially the Black Cat, which is one of the most beautiful characters in comic books I've ever seen.
Yes. Agreed. So, awesome note. I can't wait to hear more on that.
Now, I did read something on in another article. Is this going to have a Spider-Man 3 effect on it? Too much going at one time. I mean, so
depends
far,
on how much they put into all the characters. If they try to do all those characters equally,
now,
that's one thing.
Will you have a problem with them introducing all of their alter egos in one movie, or will you be okay with them adding them like this is a character, but you don't necessarily know that she's Black Cat or that Harry is.
Honestly, I'd be okay if it, like, towards the end of the movie they bring in her as Black Cat and then kind of roll that into the next one.
Okay.
So I mean, they don't have to have all these characters in here to be main characters and show the whole story arc. I think we know from Spider-Man 3 that was a bad idea.
Exactly.
But if they bring her in and kind of, they show Felicia Hardy here and do the Superman effect. She's here, but then she shows up here to help kick the bad guys' butt at the end. And then they kind of show Rhino in a smaller role. I mean, X-Men brings in all these characters and it never hurts the movies. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it could work if they do it right. I'd actually like to see maybe her and him team up in a versus Venom kind of thing.
Well, see, that's the thing is she became a love interest.
I'm happy for that. I enjoy that. So, I'll let you have the next one.
You missed one.
No, I didn't. Go for it. Okay. Apparently I missed one. Go for it.
This one is just a quickie. Diablo 3 is being brought out into at least the PS3 and the PS4. I don't see if there's any word in here on Microsoft doing it because they're douches.
So apparently they're bringing Diablo to the console. See, here's the thing with consoles.
This game already ruins a lot of lives on PC.
Well, yeah, but think about it though. Minecraft, games like Minecraft going to console is already kind of breaking the console / computer boundary, PC boundary. If the only thing they need is really ways to make the two talk, like the PC version and the other version. I know it's not going to happen, but if they did that, they could break that boundary completely.
I have a problem with bringing hardcore MMOs. Minecraft is not a hardcore MMO.
Okay.
This is a hardcore MMO, and it is difficult. You need like 15 buttons to play this or World of Warcraft or something. I've played MMOs.
So you think they're going to dumb it down?
I think it gets dumbed down, and I think the UI is weird, maybe. I don't know.
Fair enough. So, all right. So moving on.
Right
Huh?
You got it open.
Yeah. Next one coming up is Kathleen Kennedy no longer producing Jurassic Park 4?
That's possible.
So apparently she's taking her name off the production credits because she is moving to back to the Star Wars franchise. So
her and her husband own the production company that are doing it, and Frank Marshall is going to do it on his own now. I'm sure that's interesting to look.
Here's a question to me that I have. They've got all these Jurassic Park movies. It's modern day. It's an island, right? Nuke the damn thing. How does the government not know that there's an island full of prehistoric animals causing problems, killing people?
Evil scientists.
Nuke the damn island and get it over with. No more of those. I mean, they're killing that franchise slowly but surely. And the last story in the short box, yes. is the fact that it's confirmed that J.J. Abrams promises Klingons in the new Star Trek Into Darkness. So they are going to be bad guys.
I need Worf.
Not happening.
I need Worf.
Wrong timeline.
Worf.
Wrong timeline. If they start mixing the timelines, then I may have a problem.
Worf.
I may have a problem.
Fine, Worf's dead.
So I'm not going to read the article. That's why we give you the things to click. And you can go click and read the article on your own. So that brings us to, there's another section here.
There's a new section right here called the audiovisual section, named to be changed later to something more nerdy.
Sorry. The panel?
Ooh!
What about the panel? We got the long box, the short box. Then you got the panel.
Something to look at. Something pretty to see. The panel.
Yeah, the panel.
Like it. Alright, first in the panel, we'll change it later, is a Superman car from Kia. I've shown one of these before this year.
I've seen this. Was this the one you, like the Hulk one or something you showed?
No, well, I mean, it was a full DC line.
I've yawned. So epic. I want this car. I don't care that it's a Kia. I will take this in a heartbeat.
Sorry, I don't know this song.
I would totally play that song too, and I don't like rap.
No, I'd have to play Kryptonite and what is it? I don't know. Ben something? Ben Folds or whatever?
No. You quit being ugly. All right, so remember, guys, these are just things you need to go through and click so that you can see them. They're really kind of neat. We've got the Walking Dead Season 3 box set. It's just a really cool freaking looking picture.
Wait. Can I get that on a quote? Because the last time I showed you one of these, your exact words were, "That's gross, I don't like zombies."
Yeah, but since then I've watched the show. I still don't really like zombies. I like the show, but the box is really cool looking. So, guys, definitely go check all these out. The next one, this one's been out on the internet for about a week and a half now or so.
Don Cheadle's Iron Patriot. Nerds are in an uproar because he is not the Iron Patriot.
Who's Iron Patriot?
Norman Osborn.
What?
I'll explain it later.
What? Wait a minute. Try that again?
Norman Osborn is actually the Iron Patriot. When he took over S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers, he combined Captain America and Iron Man to make the Iron Patriot.
My head hurts.
Just like Wolverine's son came in and pretended to be Wolverine. Deadshot came in and pretended to be Deadpool. Venom came in and pretended to be Spider-Man. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow. Okay. We need to talk. All right. So we've got a trailer for you guys to go watch. The first trailer for Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2. Is this like a YouTube thing?
Oh no, dude! Production value is up there with that Halo show.
Cool. All right. I've never seen it. Let's see. We got 2 more left. This one is freaking awesome. We watched it before the show. The animated Green Lantern Harlem Shake. You've totally got to see this. It is fantabulous. Worth the 2 minutes it is on it. Oh my god.
It's the next one from Newsarama that we've got here. I found it. Literally, I'm looking through stories and I look over to the right, just a little hot bar, and I go, Green Lantern Harlem Shake. Well, this can't be bad.
So, and the last thing on here, we kind of complete our circle of nerdiness, is the Star Wars family tree. It starts off with the parents of the main characters. We've got Shmi Skywalker. We've got Rui Nebarine and Jobal Nebarine, who apparently Amidala was Nebarine. We've got Anakin. Anakin and Padme have Luke and Leia. Leia and Han have Jaina, Jason, and Anakin Solo. Whereas Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker have Ben Skywalker. So it's just kind of it's a cool family tree.
A neat thingy.
Neat. I don't personally care about any of them except
the
Jaina and Jason. Actually, you could throw Anakin and Ben Skywalker, Anakin Solo and Ben Skywalker in there. I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Skywalker is a ginger.
Yeah, how did it get to be red? Oh, Mara Jade's
Jade.
redhead. Okay. I'm good with that. I think... Yeah, oh, hello. I clicked that and it pulled. I'd like to see all the kids. That should be the focus. I mean, you think about it. The original movie had a focus... the originals had a focus on 3 characters. Unless you count the Wookiee and the droids. And there were 5.
And then Vader.
Well, he was still the bad guy, but anyways. So, I mean, if they throw the 4 kids in there, it's still not that bad. And there's a girl in there, so that gives you that quotient.
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde is
And I'm
Jaina.
fairly certain Joseph Gordon-Levitt has been rumored to be cast as Jason Solo.
We're going to be doing this a lot, so...
You heard it here first. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, rumored to be Jason Solo in a new Star Wars movie.
Ben and Anakin versus Jason. That would be cool. And on Star Wars 9. So they're doing 7 right now. So you got 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So
I think there's
9
going to end up being like 12 movies.
9 should end up with Jason, Anakin, and Ben fighting.
Yeah.
Right? Because Jason apparently becomes Darth... Say it?
Sadist?
That's what it looks like. So, well, that is... Oh, my God. I can't believe it. That is finally it for the show.
We do again want to apologize for last week's explosion.
Yeah, so you should be completely caught up. This is most of the stuff we had last week too. So you should be completely caught up with all your nerdisms. Again, guys, if you got something or you find something that you think we should talk about that you want us to talk about, don't forget to send it to nerdandthenoob@gmail.com. That way we can look at it. Speaking of that, since we forgot to do it, the Megan Fox story at the beginning was found by our producer's wife, Carrie. So we tried to put that name with it.
Thank you for ruining my childhood.
So that we can, we try to put the name with it so that we can thank you guys for that. If you find something, send it to us or tweet it to @NerdandTheNoob. We'll see that and we'll look at the link and we'll put it up, give it to our producer, or go check it out on Facebook. Facebook.com/NerdandTheNoob, and you can send a message there, and our producer will get it and show us there.
And I have a question for you guys this week. This is just to try and, push some comments out there. Have you ever had a character, whether it be your own or a Marvel, DC, something like that, where the character was either dead, gone, not written anymore? Did you ever have a character from something in your life that you connected to the most? Like, who did you connect to the most?
I am having problems with the death of Peter Parker.
Yeah?
Like it may very well ruin the Spider-Man franchise for me.
Yeah.
Because like reading the Superior Spider-Man, having Otto Octavius in Peter Parker's body,
drink.
I did not like that. In my core, that hurts something. Like, it feels wrong.
I actually have characters that, one of our mutual friends and I have been writing, the story for 10 years. I've written them for so long, trying to do this, that it's just not happening right now.
Right.
That when we talk about it in first person.
Yeah.
Like
what did so-and-so do today?
Well, it's just one of those things. We've got a list of 15 characters or whatever.
So I mean, as far if I had to pick one character that I actually physically feel the loss, it would definitely have to be Peter Parker Spider-Man. So like the Amazing, and I know there's still books out there with Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But the Amazing Spider-Man, I grew up on that. I actually have or had a reprint of the original, the first one.
Yeah, we both had one of those.
And so like having him die like that, it like physically hurt to read those books. So I mean,
right. Back to the question: what character, whether it be movies, comics, books, doesn't matter, video games, has had a big impact on you or your life?
Yeah. We'll call that the question of the day. Producer, if you can put that down in the bottom of the show notes so we can remember it, that would be great.
Everyone always says their parents influenced them or their grandmother. We're specifically looking for a character.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be comic. Remember, this is Nerd and the Noob. It can be movie reference. It can be I mean, just we want somebody that's not real. You know, like we want a fictional character. Yeah. You know, if Bruce Willis dying at the end of Armageddon totally changed your life. I
cry every time.
I do too.
Every single time.
I was watching
like a baby.
You want to know how baby?
I get that lump. That like
you know. I was watching Here Comes the Boom. Okay. And all these kids getting all emotional and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. How is this? So we want to.
I got like knuckled at the end of Warrior last week.
So
like,
we want to see. We want to hear those answers. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna sign off for the night. We hope you've enjoyed the show.
Super long episode.
Yeah, super long. We're running almost an hour and a half here. So again, if you want to contact us, we're on Twitter, Facebook. You can send us emails on Gmail. We're on Twitch. We do this show live on Sundays at 8 o'clock or 8, or we try to do it between 8 and 9, but normally 8. Central Standard Time. So come contact us. Come watch the show. Leave comments. All of that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. I'm Michael. I'm the nerd. I'm the noob.
I'm Greg. I'm the nerd. I don't say this enough, everybody, but you guys are all epic. And please, stay epic.
Peace.
Out!